Hello everyone and welcome. This is NXT. The road to NXT Takeover the End has firmly begun, and it begins in big steadfast here tonight in the Hammerstein Ballroom. We have a monumental title match to come our way here this evening. An NXT Takeover Brooklyn rematch for the NXT Global Championship. Hideo Itami challenges Tomohiro Ishii here tonight, who will leave as Global Champion. Some big news there made by NXT General Manager Logan Wayne, and certainly some added tension, maybe, and added desire for both women in this contest to get the win now. It's going to be Charlotte and Wwe 2K19 kicking us off with the opportunity to get into what will be a fatal four-way women's matchup for the NXT Women's Championship at TakeOver the End. We know Io Shirai's already there. We know Shayna Baszler's already there. Will it be Charlotte or Wwe 2K19 to take that third slot? We're going to find out right now. What a big breaking of news, though, from Logan Wayne in that moment. We have the rematch between LIJ and the new foundation set for NXT Takeover the End as well. And on top of that all, we have the big one. The NXT title between The Miz and Jay Lethal to go one-on-one with one another. The main event, the final match in NXT's history, will be between those two men for the opportunity to be the final NXT champion. It's all coming to a head. On top of this, there was a meeting recently about this, and I can announce that the date for NXT Takeover the End will be set, I believe, 3 days before No Way Out. The aim will be on the final Thursday of October for NXT Takeover the End to be on the air for us all. And then, of course, the Sunday following that will be No Way Out, the finale of this series of Universe. But right now we start things up between these two women, and there is quite a bit of rivalry and tension already in the air between them. If you remember back to long ago, good number of weeks now, between Charlotte and Wwe 2K19, we saw that Mickie James one week was found knocked out backstage, and when Wwe 2K19 was questioning what the hell had happened, she was jumped in the ring by Charlotte. And this was all kind of building within Charlotte, and it really reached its peak after she was taken out of the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match by Rhea Ripley backstage. Last time we saw Charlotte was in Brooklyn in AJ Lee's farewell match, defeating her with the figure 8 leg lock. And now here she is, looking to make the most of this chance and looking to drive herself full force into NXT Takeover the End and a shot at that NXT Women's Championship. And so here we go right now between these two. Iwatani probably still has the memory of Charlotte jumping her in this ring a number of weeks ago and laying her out with natural selection. Still in the mind of Iwatani. And still going to be looking to try and get one over here on Charlotte herself. We'll see how this one will go. What a chop from Charlotte there. Lighting up the chest. Iwatani, and then a clubbing blow on the back for good measure as well. Charlotte Flair doing all that she can to try and take it to Iwatani and nearly go in shit and try and deny Iwatani any chance of sending herself towards TakeOver the End. Remember, of course, week in and week out reminder for you all, if you make it to NXT TakeOver the End, you are destined to be signed to the main rosters, to to Raw, ECW or SmackDown. You are guaranteed to be going. So what does that mean already? What news can we get from that? Well, we know now that the new foundation will be going to Raw, SmackDown, or ECW. LIJ will be going there as well. So too will Io Shirai, so too will Shayna Baszler, so too will the winner of this, and so too will The Miz and Jay Lethal. So now the job of the general managers, myself included, over the next few weeks is to find out and to make those contracts happen and to decide who is going where, as Charlotte looks to send herself directly to NXT Takeover the end, coming right off that backpack stunner. Iwatani using the ropes, ref didn't see it, and so she had to kick out. That was almost a disaster there. She was almost out of NXT Takeover the end by no means of her own. Nice German suplex over by Iwatani, as this match really has picked up in a few ways now. Big kick in the back there by Iwatani. Look out, belly to belly, maybe. Oh, Charlotte not afraid to use any measurement of her body as a weapon. Headbutt there. Cross-armed electric chair. Straight jacket electric chair there from Charlotte. Sending Iwatani in the corner now, and a big flying forearm connect. Charlotte doing all she can to keep Iwatani down. And to just send herself on her way towards NXT Takeover the end. I do not know what the other qualifying matchup will be. I don't know if we'll get the announcement for it tonight, or if we're going to just get to next week and find out 2 women in action and then go from there. I suppose we'll find out. Big hard elbow there from Charlotte. Oh, and a spear follows up on Iwatani. Middle of the ring, she nailed her with that spear. Now that is usually the precursor to the figure 8, but it's not yet. Charlotte go to the top rope. Huge knee across the chest of Iwatani. Charlotte laid her out once in the ring many weeks ago. Now she will look to make a tap in the ring. It's the figure 4, and it will transition into the figure 8. Figure 8 leg lock applied. Iwatani with nowhere to go, but Charlotte is going to take over the end. Charlotte wins it and adds herself to the NXT Women's Championship match at TakeOver. It is now Shirai, Baszler, and Charlotte guaranteed to be either going to Raw or SmackDown. But as for TakeOver the end, they are competing for the NXT Women's Championship. Coming up next, a guy who is certainly hoping to find himself onto NXT Takeover the end. And a man who was, as I have heard, very frustrated with what happened a few weeks ago. Jeff Cobb and Tomohiro Ishii 2 weeks ago on a NXT collided in a big Hoss main event. Cobb said he was incredibly frustrated with the loss. Said it kind of ate away at him that he was defeated, that he felt like he should have won that match, and he soiled his opportunity. So Cobb said here tonight, it's not about putting on an impressive performance. It's not about trying to showcase his natural ability. It's just about winning. That's all it is to Jeff Cobb. All he wants to do here tonight is not put on a flashy show, is not hit a big move and get everyone talking. It's just to win, and win in dominant fashion. That's all he wants to do, and he looks to do it here tonight, and he's probably going to do it as well against Titus O'Neil. Thing is, now as we get ourselves prepared for NXT Takeover the end, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of final appearances for people who aren't going to be making it to the main rosters. And I think this is probably going to be the final appearance for Titus O'Neil, at a safe guess. So here we go. Jeff Cobb charging out of the gates, looking to make sure everything that he said is true right from the off. Look at this. Titus O'Neil set flying by Cobb there. And you can see there is no playful mannerisms in Jeff Cobb. There is no messing around. It is just straight to business here on Titus O'Neil, just beating the man down. Of course, with there being one less NXT now to get ourselves ready for TakeOver the end, with, of course, the pay-per-view event, it's with the TakeOver event itself taking place on that Thursday. Guys who are currently not scheduled to be on that card, have to do everything possible to show the talents, to show the general manager that they should be on that show, that they should be going out with a bang, that they should be getting a guaranteed contract. And Jeff Cobb is trying to do that right here, right now. This match is about to be over already. Tour of the Islands. You could count to 30. Jeff Cobb. He's done already. He said all he wanted was a win. He said all he wanted was to dominate. Well, he could tick that off because he just achieved all of that. Jeff Cobb with a domination style victory. And certainly get in the eyes of general managers. Takeover or not for Cobb, I would imagine he is very safe indeed. And already we move on to our next contest of the evening. This may well be the theme of CCK, but don't let that fool you. This is no tag team match. Instead, it is going to be Chris Brooks of CCK going one-on-one against Brody King. The idea for this is that CCK wanted to prove themselves to the general managers, to myself, Assistant ECW General Manager Kurt Angle, Raw General Manager Sting, SmackDown General Manager Christian James, that CCK are more than just a tag team duo, that they can get things done in the ring by themselves, and they want to prove that here tonight. So they plan on doing that. Albeit for Brooks, it's not going to be an easy matchup, I do have to say. It's going to be a tough one for him, but he plans on trying to get it done in the ring here tonight against Brody King, a man with only one loss to his record since arriving to this brand, and that is to the #1 contender to the NXT Championship itself, in Jay Lethal. If you had to ask me, as a guessing man, I would say all three guys we're going to see here are safe. I'd say, you know, with CCK being the runners-up of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic earlier this year, I'd say they're fine. Someone's going to sign them. I might even sign them. This guy, though, 100% safe in my mind. Absolutely safe. I know for certain there's going to be a bidding war for this guy. I do not think Brody King is going to just be snapped up by, you know, one side who comes in with one bid for him. It's going to be work to get this guy on our brands. We'd probably all want him, and I think he's going to have a lot to showcase on the big stage, and we're going to have to pull out a lot to get him as well. Brody King coming towards the ring here this evening. Last time we saw him was against Juice Robinson a number of weeks ago now. What a match that one was between those two. They tore it down with one another. They threw the gauntlet down. They threw everything they had at one another. And in the end, Brody King connected with the all-seeing eye in the 1-2-3. And he left with that big, big win over Juice Robinson. Now he looks to do the same here tonight over Chris Brooks and showcase that even if CCK want to get themselves shining through, even if CCK want to talk about how good they are, how they can be good outside of a tag team, King doesn't care. What he cares about is simply getting himself in that ring and showing that one guy is great at singles competition. One guy is great in that ring, and it is Brody King. So we are about to find out if Chris Brooks can put his money where his mouth is in this contest right now and get in this ring with Brody King and put on a tough performance for him. Bell rings and we're underway. This is always something to witness. You every time he steps in the ring, up until he steps into the ring, I forget it, that Chris Brooks is a tall man. I think he's about 6'4". Brody King, though, demonstrating some incredible athleticism there to pull off that leapfrog. Nice slam counted into a DDT there by Brooks as the big man looks to get underway here. I say big man, Brody King is the bigger of the two in this ring, though. Kind of made there by Brody King. Big kick and a gut and a hole. Bicycle kick follows up as well. This is what Chris Brooks is going to have to endure. Nothing but hard-hitting, brutal strikes, and a wheelbarrow German suplex from the off as well. Brody King, just like Jeff Cobb, looking to put this match away as soon as he can. Kick out at 2 there by Brooks. Travis Banks watching on closely at ringside. Oh my God! Saito suplex it looked like, because all of Chris Brooks just came down on his head. Huge discus clothesline follows up. Covers made by Brody King, but the kick out is at 1. And let's see what'll happen now. Brody King has Brooks right where he wants him. Brooks though coming back with a good counter there. Nice body blow. Hard uppercut as well. And all of a sudden, Chris Brooks trying to take the offense and run with it there. Big time. Disrespectful moves in many ways to Brody King. They're slamming his throat into the bottom rope in the turnbuckle. Drop kick. Chris Brooks now giving himself a full head of steam to connect with another one. Damn, that was good. That was impressive indeed by Brooks as he knocks the big man off his feet and can now try to go to work against him here. Middle of the ring. What can Chris Brooks do in this moment? Nice DDT. Simple but effective. Leg is hooked. Looking to put away Brody King here. Oh, it's 2 count. Brooks doing a good job though. He's showcasing his point right now. Had a bit of a slow start, but he's showcasing that CCK can't do it outside of the tag team frame of mind. But Brody King is absolutely going to be a tough competitor and a tough customer to prove that point against. King turns him round here, look out. Oh, back suplex, followed up with that arm across the chest, just driving him into the mat with it. Hard right hand as well. Look out! Devastating chop in the chest from Brody King. You could hear the sting of it throughout the Hammerstein ballroom. And now, pump, handle, fall away slam! God, Brody King makes everything he does look so easy. Covers made. Chris Brooks credit where it's due to him. Getting the shoulder up at one there. But a hard kick in the back follows up. King now bringing Brooks to his feet. Brooks ducks under the clothesline there. Good work from him. Kick in the gut. And again he'll get in that DDT on Brody King. I gotta say, maybe I underestimated Chris Brooks in this matchup. He's performing far better than I thought he would. Look at this now. In the corner. Rapid kicks in the chest of Brody King there. Brooks in position. Oh! Slapping him across the face. A slap in the face to Brody King. Uh-oh. Pushing him away. You may have angered the big man. King coming in with a huge big boot. Oh no! Uranagi slam! Oh good God, what did you do? Chris Brooks just lit a fire in Brody King, and Brody King will extinguish Chris Brooks' all-seeing eye. Middle of the ring, covers made, CCK may be good in ring, but Brody King is even better. You don't believe me about the betting war before? I think you'll believe me about it now. Because that proved it. Everyone will want their hands on Brody King. If they don't, they're not a smart general manager. Brody King leaves with the win here this evening. What damage could he do when he makes his way? And I am right in saying, when he makes his way onto the big stage. Matches coming at you one after the other here tonight. We are on the road to take over the end, and we are looking to get to it as quickly as possible as well, to speed our way through contests tonight and to see what we'll make of those matches that have been announced for that evening as well. We already know that Charlotte has added herself to the NXT Women's Championship match. Up next, we're going to find out who's going to be walking into NXT Takeover the end with the global title around their waist. As for right now, however, we are going to see who is going to get the win in this contest, as it's the New Day against the #1 contenders to the NXT Tag Team titles themselves in Los Ingobernables de Japón. The LIJ on ECW may well have some tactics of their own taking place, but as for Evil and Sonata, they are solely focused on getting those tag team titles off of the new foundation, and they will be looking to achieve that, of course, at TakeOver the End. You heard it straight from the mouth of Logan Wayne last week. The match is made official for TakeOver the End. The rematch is on, and I am glad that that is the case as well, given what we saw transpire at TakeOver Brooklyn. A match that arguably LIJ looked to have looked to be on the verge of winning, taken away from them. Bret Hart distraction. Low blow, I believe it was by Noam Dar. Roll up on Evil. And the New Foundation left with the heist in Brooklyn. And a riot almost ensued following their victory as well. And I wonder, wherever NXT Takeover the End will be held, could that same riot be coming the way of NXT if LIJ can't get the job done a second time? We are going to find out. I think this is the one for them. I think this is the one they need to get done. They need to get the win in that contest. They can't be the winners of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic and nothing else. They need those NXT Tag Team titles, and I think LIJ may have the advantage where the New Foundation may run their mouth more and more, maybe getting more and more cocky and confident following up from their win, and that could ultimately be their demise. LIJ simply aren't cocky. They are cool, calm, collected as a duo. They are focused on their job in the ring, and they are looking to deliver NXT Tag Team Gold. Also, we know now that these two men are going to be making their way to the main roster, and I suppose that means I better get the checkbook out to fulfill a lot of desires, shall we say, of the people in attendance in the Hammerstein Ballroom, the people in attendance on ECW week in and week out, and of course, Tetsuya Naito and Hiromu Takahashi. I think you know where I'm going with that one. Anyway, we get things underway here. It's Big E and Evil squaring things off here. The two heavy hitters of their respective teams, locking horns and getting things underway here. Overhand right there by Evil. Has the arm of Big E here. Hard forearm shot in the face there by Big E. Look out now. What's going to happen here? Backbreaker from Big E. And another one as well follows up. Incredible strength to hold on to him there. In the corner we go now. Evil comes stumbling out of it. Big E maybe taken a little bit off guard by it. Had something else in up his sleeve there, but it was taken away from him. Look out now. Hard shots coming in from both sides. Overhand right from Evil. Big E stumbling back in the corner. Combination of right hands there, unloading away. And a heavy running knee as well from Evil. Good start so far from LIJ. Big E, though, trying to deny that opportunity as soon as possible. Countering there with an arm drag. Off the ropes. Great slam. Going into the turnbuckle now. Tag is made here. Xavier Woods, the legal man in this contest. Let's see what will happen here. Innovative offense. Incoming. Assisted Meteora there by Xavier Woods on Evil. Into the first cover of the match. Looking to put away Evil. Could it be a huge win for New Day? The shoulder is up at 1. Heavy kick in the back, but Evil just shrugs it off as Woods now gets sent into the turnbuckle. Tag is going to be made here. In comes Cold Skull. Sonata, the legal man. We saw him last week picking up that win over Tony Nese in one-on-one action. I wonder if that was the final straw for Logan Wayne to announce the rematch. May well have been the case. Xavier Woods, though, in big trouble. Look out here. Tangled up. Paradise Lock. And right on the New Day logo. The boot comes in on Xavier Woods. In the turnbuckle now. Running back elbow from Sonata, and then a running hip thrust from him as well. And made there by Xavier Woods. Nicely timed Hadouken there from him. Xavier Woods, of course, always breaking out the innovative offense. I think the best way of putting it is. Look out now up on the shoulders. Fireman's carry. Cut a beautiful move there from Xavier Woods. Made it look so seamless as well as he makes his way to the top rope now. Sonata down, in trouble, incoming, leg drop from Woods, right into the cover. Could this be the big win for them? Oh! Sonata kicks out at 2. The hope was certainly there, though, for the New Day. And that hope hasn't died out either. Tag made. In comes Big E. Big kick. Sliding lariat. Running elbow drop. And an elbow drop for the second rope as well. What a combination. Sanada turns over onto his stomach to try and get out of dodge. Not to happen. Big E comes in with one hell of a belly-to-belly. Monumental work there in the corner now again. Tag made right back into Woods here. Quick tags being the key to the success right now for the New Day as they are taking it to the number one contenders. Back elbow, counter made by Sanada, and that is the right move to make. Don't try for a move, just try and make the tag into Evil. And it has worked out just the way they wanted it to. Evil, the legal man now. DDT down on Xavier Woods. Evil always so dangerous in that ring, and he's making it apparent right there. Face first into the knee of Evil. Went to Xavier Woods. Look out now. Half-hat suplex. Driven into the mat face first. Evil knowing exactly what he's doing in that ring. Xavier Woods simply not having a response to it right now. Locked up against the ropes. This isn't going to do him any favors as he's ducked down on the top rope as well. Big E clamoring for the tag. May have regretted tagging out so soon. Evil has him up on his shoulders. Here we go. Darkness falls. Darkness falls to Evil to put him away here. Big E comes in and makes the save. Big E makes the save, and he will take care of Sanada as well. Throwing him over the top rope into the outside. Evil in the ring, however. Everything is evil. Cover is made. LIJ get the win. Big E had hopes that Xavier Woods would get the shoulder at that time, and it didn't happen. LIJ win it. Evil and Sanada victorious here tonight on their way to their rematch with the New Foundation. Can they make it happen at Takeover the End? Can they do what they couldn't in Brooklyn? Can they leave as NXT Tag Team Champions? Time will only tell, but they look as confident as ever, even after a tough performance. Oh boy, here we go. Coming up for us next week, ladies and gentlemen, on NXT, having received the news earlier on tonight, Jay Lethal will go one-on-one against Juice Robinson as he prepares for his NXT Championship match against The Miz. On top of that, coming up next week as well will be the next women's qualifying matchup for the Fatal 4-Way NXT Women's Championship match. Candice LeRae, Toni Storm, one-on-one next week. As for right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is our main event of the evening here in the Hammerstein Ballroom. It is time for our rematch from NXT Takeover Brooklyn. The global title up for grabs. Hideo Itami one-on-one with Tomohiro Ishii. Itami captured the title at TakeOver Chicago. He defeated Lio Rush to defend it, but he lost it at Brooklyn despite his best efforts to the Stone Pitbull. And we saw that Itami didn't take that loss all that well. 2 weeks ago, following up from Ishii's win over Jeff Cobb, which was discussed earlier on this evening, Itami stormed the ring with the global title in his hand and cracked Ishii across the head with it, busting him open before he delivered the GTS on him. Itami stood there and said that things weren't done, that he demanded his rematch. He demanded respect from Ishii. The very next week, Logan Wayne makes the match official for the rematch here tonight. Who will head into NXT Takeover the End as the global champion? who will guarantee themselves a contract on Raw, SmackDown, or ECW? We are going to find out here tonight. They tore the house down at Brooklyn. Depending on who you ask, they may well tell you it was the match of the night. And I would agree with that sentiment. But as for here tonight, as it was at Brooklyn, they're not looking for match of the night accolades. They're not looking to be praised for their in-ring work. They're looking to step in that ring with one another and throw down. These two men hate one another. These two men both want to be NXT Global Champion, and neither of these men want to give respect to the other. Ishii will not want a repeat of 2 weeks ago when he was left laying, tasting his own blood, courtesy of the GTS. Ishii will want a repeat of TakeOver Brooklyn, where he connected with that vertical drop brainbuster, and he won the NXT Global Championship. Tonight, he will be looking to retain it. It is a big fight feel here in this main event. The mood has changed, because we know what is coming our way in this match. We know we're in for some heavy, heavy hits here tonight. Hideo Itami is ready as ever to try and leave New York here tonight as the NXT Global Champion, but a man who will be looking to make sure that isn't the case. He is ready, he is eager, you can see him snapping his neck around. He wants this fight, and he is letting Itami know what it's all about. That is Tomohiro Ishii almost saying, come on then, come and get it. Ishii hands the title over. Will this be his one and only title defense? We are going to find out right here, right now. Hideo Itami, Tomohiro Ishii, NXT Global Championship. Bell rings and we are underway for our main event. And both men come charging at one another out of the gates. Ishii came up with the counter to that dropkick right away, and now here we go. Ishii coming in, the Stone Pitbull, trying to get some strikes going. Itami counters. You knew these two guys weren't going to try for a collarbone tie-up. You knew the tensions had built as of 2 weeks ago. They were going to go right for the throat of one another, and they're doing it right now. Into the turnbuckle with great force when Hideo Itami. And here we go now. What game plans will they have to try and beat the other? Will Ishii look for relatively the same game plan that he had at TakeOver Brooklyn? Itami's got to remember, at TakeOver Brooklyn, he went for the GTS and Ishii kicked out of it. But 2 weeks ago, when he applied the different variation of it, that reversed, that kind of snap GTS on him, Ishii was left laying in his own blood. So what will be the game plan here, I wonder? We will find out. Certainly right now the game plan is to go throwing shots at one another and see who will fall first. Big back elbow there from Itami, connected with it on Ishii. Hard kick in the chest right there. Oh, spinning back fist knocks him off his feet. Look for the right hand there. Counter made by Itami. Here we go. Irish whip off the ropes and slammed down into the mat there. And oh, here we go. Ishii wasting a little time and breaking out a heavy hit of his, and maybe even a favorite of his, using his head as a weapon. Look out now, bullhammer, toss incoming, throws him over his head. Ishii started with the strikes and now has developed into the hard, powerful, grappling moves that Itami simply cannot pull off. On the Stone Pitbull, cover made here early on, looking to put him away. There's two, and oh, kick out made. Kick out made in time there by Ishii. Oh, sorry, by Itami. Ishii, however, has the control in this contest. Maybe a better commentator's curse there as Itami looks to turn things around. Snap me. Spinning kick. Big time connection on that one. Single underhook suplex follows up as well. Itami just going to work right now on Ishii, trying to wear the Stone Pitbull down as much as he can to leave here tonight as the first ever two-time NXT Global Champion. Brings him in again. Suplex driver, tremendous strength to pull that one off. Covers made, counter two. Itami right now, though, with control. He's turned the match around into his own kind of style. He is the one controlling the pace right now. And it's Ishii who is suddenly on the back foot here. Itami in, Irish whip, look out, big slam. Amazing to see there Itami turning around and suddenly the fight's starting to fade from Tomohiro Ishii here. He knows what he's doing, does Itami, and he's doing it well. Rings are sat and locked in now, trying to see if he can make Ishii tap out. The small frame of Ishii cannot reach the ropes with his legs. He can't stretch that far to make that bottom rope. But I don't think Ishii's going to give up here. I think it's too early on. Itami, though, can do a good job of wearing him down. Elbows. Getting him out of that one. They were trying to take away the strength of Ishii, the ability to execute the lariat. But Ishii says, doesn't work. A devastating chop comes in. Forearm counter by Itami. Spinning kick in the gut now. Ishii stumbles back up against the ropes there. Itami sees the opening. Oh, in he comes. Single leg drop kick there. Now in the turnbuckle we go. Look out, what are we going to see now? Perching him up on that top rope. This is going to be dangerous. Oh, but Ishii counters him. Here we go. Top rope shoulder tackle. Top rope shoulder charge from the man as big as Ishii. And he's going to break out a submission hold here. Sharp shooter in the middle of the ring on Itami. Could Itami try and tap out here? He's got no way of crawling to the ropes. But he has no plans of submitting either. Kicking his way out. Comes in with that drop kick again. Ishii knocked off his feet and takes himself to the apron, trying to recover, trying to get some breathing room. Uh-oh, look out here. Back suplex onto the apron. Simply devastating impact. Itami taking full control of the situation on the top rope now. Knee drop across the chest, maybe even across the jaw there. He covers. He's looking to become global champion again. But Ishii gets the shoulder up in time to say, nuh-uh, it ain't happening. But Itami still has control right now. He is still leading this matchup here. Look out, incoming, Regoplex, leg is hooked, bridge is made, trying to do everything he can to win that title back with the shoulders up at one. There Itami brings him up to his feet again here. What are we going to see? Taking a run up and coming in with a huge knee on Ishii. Has he done it? Middle of the ring, 3 count, no! Could just hear the thud of knee connecting with head. But it wasn't enough to put him away. Ishii, as hard-headed as they come, fights on. Off the ropes. Ishii might have been planning for a lariat. Itami just came in too quick for his liking. Big smack turns him round. Incoming. Tiger suplex. Folding him up. And Ishii now looking to finish him off. Looking for the brainbuster. Countered. Dragon screw. Big counter made as well by Itami. An important one as well. In the corner. Huge big boot to Ishii. Oh, and it busted him open. And it busted him open bad. Look at the blood already flowing down the head of Tomohiro Ishii here. Just from that big boot. Itami put all of his force and might into that big boot, and it paid off. Clothesline now. And Ishii spills to the outside. Good God, what an open wound that is on the forehead of Ishii there. That is a lot of blood that is being spilt right now. My goodness. Hideo Itami, though, just staying as focused as ever. He sees that blood as a weakness now. He smells it as a weapon to be used against Ishii. And Ishii, since being busted open, has had no retort to any of the offense from Itami. You can see the wear and tear of both men there. Slow in to try for whatever he was looking for. Ishii comes off the ropes this time. Oh, kicked him right in the knee as he came past. You can And here's some rumblings in the Hammerstein Ballroom as well as they're watching this contest, as they're looking at the blood being spilt now down the head of Ishii. In he comes. Basement drop kick from Itami. Right in the face. Has he done enough here? Has he finished off Ishii? The shoulders up in time. The kick out is made. Itami. This is it. This is do or die for him. He's going to look to put him away. And with all this blood, he just might. GTS now. No on the GTS. Ishii counters it. German suplex. The Stone Pitbull hasn't died. The fight still rages on in Ishii. Off the ropes. Lariat. Huge lariat from Ishii, but Itami keeps going. He keeps going, and he goes right back to the open wound. Kick it away. Hurricanrana as well. In the corner now. What'll happen here? Up on that top rope. Not the place that Ishii wants to be, but he kicks his way right off of it. Kicks his way off. Itami in trouble. Snap German suplex from Ishii now. God, these guys have given it their all in this main event. But who has that little bit more? Who has that little bit more fight in them? Is it going to be Ishii? Or is it going to be Itami? From the top rope. Bombs him into the mat. The force put into that one could have knocked Itami out. But if that did it, this will. Ishii lining him up. Vertical drop. Brain buster. Ishii gets all of it. He is pouring blood. But he is 3 seconds away. 1, 2. Tomohiro Ishii retains the NXT Global Championship. It became a bloodbath for Ishii. Blood forming across his head. A crimson mask for the Stone Pitbull. But a victory nonetheless. Itami brought out everything that Ishii had to offer, and he paid for it. The Stone Pitbull wins tonight. Still, your NXT Global Champion.